Hi there, this is John Lebensold for KillerPHP.com, and in this video on advanced MySQL usage, I'm going to be looking at many-to-many relationships. So in the last video, we created a table called category, and a table called author, and a table called post. And we had a one-to-many between category and post, and a one-to-many between author and post. In other words, there could be one author that would author many posts, and there could be a category, and the category would contain many posts. So now we're going to switch things up a little bit, and we're going to create another table that will act as a join table or a cross table in order to facilitate a many-to-many relationship between category and post. So I'm going to start us off by adding a drop table. By the way, it's case insensitive, but drop table if exists on the top here, and this is my script, by the way, and it's just going to be a table called post category. In other words, we're going to be joining the post with the category. Now, other modifications that we need, we're going to have to create, of course, this table, and we're also going to actually get rid of the category ID from our post, because we're actually not going to need it anymore, and I'll explain why in just a minute. So I'm going to start by deleting that, and I'm also going to delete the foreign key reference, or actually I'm just going to cut it. So if you look now, basically I've gotten rid of any relationship between the category table and the post table. The next step is to, of course, create this table that will join the two. So in this case, I'm going to create a table called post category, and it will have a ID, which will be an integer primary key, auto increment, and it will also have a post ID, which will be an integer, and it will have a category ID, which will be an integer. And then we're going to have a foreign key on category ID that references the category table. So if we just look at this for a second here, we have the category ID, and then we have on delete no action. So that should be good there. So we've got a foreign key here, but we also want to have another foreign key, and this foreign key is going to be for post ID. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it, and then I'm going to close this bracket and then specify the engine as InnoDB. And here, instead of it being a foreign key on category ID, it's going to be post ID, and it's going to reference the post ID. So there we go. So now we've got a category table, a author table, a post category table, and a post table. So if I also, this select statement down here is no longer going to work for us, because we won't be able to just do a very simple left join on category. We can still do the left join on author, but we won't be able to do the left join on category anymore. That's going to require a little bit more work. So the last little thing I need to do is actually get rid of the category IDs from my post here. So I'll just delete that, and that, and that. And make sure that this all looks okay. And there we go. And in some ways, our post table has actually gotten a lot simpler, because now we only have one foreign key constraint there. And we've moved all the foreign key constraints to the post category table. So we've decoupled the two, essentially. So if I select all this, copy it, and then paste it into my terminal, I'm getting some error down the line. Let's see. This looks okay. Can't create table, post category, error number 150. It looks like there's something wrong here. So if I say create table, post category, maybe I'm missing something here. Let's just go back for a second. Yes. So in order to be able to do this, again, order matters. So I can't just put the post category anywhere. I mean, I need to insert this after I've got the post table, right? Because it's got foreign key constraints. So actually, I'll just put it at the bottom after the insert posts. Hit save again, copy it, paste again, and it looks good, except for the error on the select statement down here, which can easily be mitigated, or remedied rather. Good. Okay, so if I do a select star, if I first do show tables, we'll see that we now have 4 tables instead of 3. If I do a select star from author, you can see that I have my list of authors, and I have categories, and I have posts with corresponding author IDs, but no longer a category ID. And if I describe the post category table, then I can see that it's got a post ID and a category ID. Now, in order for this to properly function, it actually requires foreign keys. And here is our first example of that, one-to-many, or that many-to-many rather. So down here, what I'm going to do is just start with linking politics and international as 2 separate categories for the first posting. So to do that, it's actually very simple. I just say insert into post category, post ID, category ID, values, and the first one is going to be the post ID, so it's the first post, and the category that I want to insert is going to be politics, so it's going to be 1-1. And then if I want to link it to international at the top here, then it's going to be 1-2. And so I'm also going to use this double dash, which is a comment. So link post with politics. And this is going to link the posts with international. So select all, copy, paste it in. Now things get a lot more interesting.